Close Los Angeles Times reporters and editors are calling for their own publisher and CEO, Ross Levinson, to resign or be fired after newly surfaced allegations of misconduct while holding high-profile jobs at various media companies. USATODAY Los Angeles media company Triangle will sell the Los Angeles Times, the San Diego Union-Tribune and several other California newspapers to billionaire investor Patrick Soon-Shiong. Investment firm Nant Capital, founded by Soon-Shiong, will pay $500 million in cash and assume $90 million in pension liabilities in the deal, which could bring to a close a tumultuous time for Triangle and the Los Angeles Times, one of the nation's most respected daily newspapers. Last month, LA Times employees voted to unionize and publisher Ross Levinson was suspended after reports surfaced about sexual harassment. Last week saw the arrival of new editor Jim Cook, who replaced Louis D.V. Orkin, who held the job for 3 months. Cook, the former editor and publisher of the Chicago Sun-Times, spent just more than 1 week as interim editor of the New York Daily News, which Triangle acquired last year. Triangle, the corporate owner that was formerly known as Tribune Publishing, also last year lost out on a bid to buy the Chicago Sun-Times. The previous year, Gannett, which owns USA Today and more than 100 local news properties, spent several months attempting to acquire Triangle, but eventually ended discussions because the deal no longer made financial sense. Soon-Shiong, who is also a Triangle investor, is the founder and CEO of Nant Health, based in the Los Angeles suburb of Culver City. He becomes owner at a newspaper that has been under steady family ownership for more than a century. Founded in 1881, the Chandler family sold to Chicago-based real estate baron Sam Zell in 2007. Zell sold to Tribune in 2000. We are pleased to transition leadership of the Los Angeles Times and the San Diego Union-Tribune to local ownership, and we are certain that the journalistic excellence in Southern California will continue long into the future, said Triangle CEO Justin Dearborn in a statement. We have a pipeline of robust opportunities and MA will continue to be a significant part of our future. Triangle also announced that Levinson had been reinstated and named CEO of Tribune Interactive following an independent investigation and a report to the board of directors finding no wrongdoing on his part. Tribune Interactive, a new division announced Wednesday, will be based in Chicago, with offices in New York and Los Angeles, and will report to Triangle CEO Dearborn. It will include Triangle's digital business, including video and audio studios and food website The Daily Meal. Chicago investor Michael Ferro controls Triangle, which also owns the Chicago Tribune, Baltimore Sun, and Orlando Sentinel. Marty Kaplan, a professor at the University of Southern California's Annenberg School for Communications and Journalism, welcomed the change. The Times has been through such turmoil, he said. Here's hoping local ownership and respect for journalism can restore morale. Despite the changes in journalism, Kaplan noted that the Times is still the largest regional newspaper with over 400,000 subscribers and that with smart management, there's no reason they can't still be successful. The Times recently broke stories about allegations of sexual assault by director James Tabak and alleged misconduct by actor James Franco. We look forward to continuing the great tradition of award-winning journalism carried out by the reporters and editors of the Los Angeles Times, the San Diego Union-Tribune and the other California news group titles, said Soon-Shiong said in a statement. An investor in Triangle since 2016, Soon-Shiong has a net worth of $7.8 billion, according to Forbes, has attracted some attention in recent years as his profile has risen in Washington and LA. He purchased Magic Johnson's 4.5% stake in the LA Lakers in 2010 for an undisclosed sum. Soon-Shiong, a surgeon and biotech entrepreneur, donated to Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign and the Chan Soon-Shiong Nant Health Foundation, named after his wife, partnered with the Clinton Foundation on healthcare initiatives. Soon-Shiong also was a member of former Vice President Joe Biden's Cancer Moonshot Initiative. He also met with President Trump and had been considered a possible fit for the administration's science czar ahead of the National Institutes of Health. In May 2017, House Speaker Paul Ryan named Soon-Shiong to the Health IT Advisory Committee. An extensive Politico investigation last year found that more than 70% of the Health Research Foundation's expenditures went to Soon-Shiong's companies, non-profit organizations or institutions that did business with his for-profit companies. The practices are questionable, said tax experts interviewed as part of the project, and suggest the entrepreneur is operating the foundation to more than an insubstantial degree for the benefit of his businesses. Sun Xiaong's $70.5 million investment in Trank 2 years ago helped the publisher dismiss the bid from Gannett. But Gannett could become a buyer for the rest of Trank, which includes the Chicago Tribune, the Baltimore Sun, the Hartford Courant, the Sun-Sentinel in Fort Lauderdale and the Orlando Sentinel, wrote media analyst Ken Doctor wrote on the Neiman Journalism Labs site. Expect Gannett to inquire whether Trank CEO Ferro is now willing to sell the rest of the company as a whole or as individual titles, he said. More LA Times publisher Ross Levinson on leave after misconduct claims. More publisher Trank acquires storied tabloid New York Daily News. Follow USA Today reporters Jefferson Graham and Mike Snyder on Twitter at Jefferson Graham at Mike Snyder. Reader, share this story https://usat.ly to NPCRMO